Hello, beautiful being. I want to share a little story with you that I was experiencing about a year ago. And that was in a situation where I felt lost and desperate and alone, lonely, and really uncertain about my situation. And I was sitting in a cafe in France, and I was on my way to my next destination. And in fact, I realized at this point that I have no money left on my bank account, and all the money I have left was €4.40, and I was sitting in a cafe having a bill in front of me of drinking this tea, where I needed to pay €4.70. So I heard this voice within me saying, right, because every time I'm feeling stuck and I'm starting to write all my fears out, all my doubts, and really clearing my mind, I know that this is how I can find the answers that I'm seeking. So I started to write, and now this story contains a spiritual being, and I want to say to that the space or the place where I'm living at right now, I met a clairvoyant woman last week, and she was actually my client for an energy healing session, and she has the gift of seeing the helpers around you, and she can communicate with them. And that really, really reassured me again, or really showed me that I can trust the spiritual helpers that surround me. That we can all trust the help that is given to us from the spiritual realm, because they want to see us succeed and be joyful and be happy and find paradise on earth and create it. So while I was sitting in the cafe and I started to write, this being appeared in front of me on the table, and it is almost like in those really, really dark and desperate moments in my life, that was where I had the most access, because I didn't know what else to do than to surrender. So this being came to me, and it was standing on the table, and he had his fists in his hip, and he said, "Hey, you." And I was just breathing, and he said again, "Hey, you." And I looked at him, and he said, "Do you want to find true happiness?" And I was nodding, and he said, "Then stop. Right here. Stop completely. Stop running away from this moment. Your problem is that you are hunting form in the outside, while you miss the form that is already here. So thank this moment. Thank this experience, because this is where you start. and never end. And it was like the space became open, and right then I was writing it down, and then I was writing my thoughts out afterwards, and he said, "Stop. You are trying to be the little spot in your mind while you are infinite. And from this moment on, there are no walls whatsoever. When we truly see what we already do have in this moment, even if we acknowledge our breath, our heartbeat, acknowledge our hands and the feet we are walking on, we are suddenly realizing that so much is given to us. And once we shift our focus from that which is lacking in our lives, in our now experience, and turn towards what we already do have now, we create a new point of attraction.